Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're looking at the pulleys for 2015 Jeep Wrangler 3.6 liter. Had a loud whining noise. Went through, tried to replace the serpentine belt first. That wasn't the problem. Went and decided to replace the pulley tensioner. That wasn't the problem. And then went on to finally over here, one of the other pulley wheels ended up being the culprit. So that guy there. Quick show you how to take it apart and how easy it is to replace. Alright, to start you're going to need a 13 millimeter socket and a 10 millimeter socket. 10 millimeter socket for these guys here, easy enough. They pull right out, you lose them underneath the car. You have to loosen up this. You can use a flathead here and here. Loosen those to get the airbox off. On the underside here, there is one sensor, so be careful when you lift up and you pull this apart. You don't want to break that that piece. I've already got it disconnected right here. Plugs in on the underside of the air intake. Pull that guy off. Next you have your air box here. If you want to get that out of the way, it makes it a lot easier, so you can remove the belt with the tensioner. It just pops right out. Next you got the tensioner. You're gonna have to take the belt off. You're gonna put that in here. It's a 1/2 inch. Myself, slides right in. You are going to need some leverage, so I've got a bar on here on this. Let me set this up here real quick. This guy does take a little bit of elbow grease to push. Once it's off, remove the belt and can let it go. At this point, the easiest thing to do is you take your 13 millimeter and you remove that bolt and slide that straight out. This belt on the 3.6 is a bit of a mess, so make sure that you keep an eye out where it goes. The belt is going to go underneath that pulley there. This is the one I replaced. It was really loud. You can even hear it. That was what was making all the whining. I just got the Duralast idler pulley, 20 bucks from the auto parts store. A lot less expensive than the pulley, which ended up being about $250. The tensioner pulley, it was about $250, and I wasn't sure if it might have even been the alternator, which is around 250 bucks as well. So this $20 part made a big difference. Once you do remove that that idler pulley, put it back on, you can go ahead and put the belt back on. It's super easy. Even if you wanted to replace it, if you needed to replace the tensioner pulley, you have one bolt here and then one bolt on the bottom down here. And that slides right off. It's pretty easy. You just have to make sure you put the belt in and over the top of the tensioner pulley when you reinstall it, to make it a lot easier to put the belt back on. I just leave the belt in the engine compartment because it is kind of a mess to string around all of the pulleys and the tensioner. But that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and put this all back together, start it up, and see how it sounds. Alright, got everything put back in. Make sure you plug that sensor back in. What I have found is after you unplug that sensor and you run it unplugged at all, you're going to get a check engine light for a good 15 to 20 minutes while driving or running at about 5-10 miles until that computer resenses that sensor. So don't worry about that. Make sure you're tightening down both air intake. Put these guys back in, air boxes all put back together. Let's start it up and see how it sounds. Sounds real nice. The whine is gone. And it was a $20 fix. Something you can do in about 10 minutes at home, and you don't have to pay the $90 to $100 fee for somebody just to do a quick diagnostic to tell you it's a $20 part and 5-minute fix. Thanks guys. I'll be posting other videos with other fixes and other Jeep issues as they come along.